Greetings, YouTube. Today I'd like to discuss authenticity and identity, and I guess in a related note, anonymity. Now, it was always easy in the past to recreate oneself. People were born and died on average within 28 miles of the same spot. So if somebody picked up and moved 100 miles, they could recreate themselves completely, and there would be almost no one around to question them on that. Their authentic and identity would be just in the way they presented themselves. They said, "I'm John Smith." People believe that they were John Smith. Now, their actions and character may at some point make people believe that perchance they're lying. But if someone was good, or if someone was generally just changing their identity, they could pass that off forever. With the advent of literacy, things became a little more difficult because now people could record things, and there was a way of referencing. There was a way of saying, okay, this person, we know we have a description of them, their behaviors, things like that. It made it a little harder to pass yourself off as something as you weren't. But it was still pretty darn easy. You just had to go a little further. That's about it. With the advent of long-range communication, the telegraph, for example, again, the world became a little smaller. It became harder to get away with that kind of anonymity, that kind of identity spoofing. And as that network of communication got better, the world got smaller, the mesh got tighter, and it became more and more difficult. And now we have the internet, where it's very difficult to pass yourself off as someone you're not. And one of the ways you can do this is that you have to be low level enough that people don't care to look, and vague enough in your presentation that people are going to have a difficult time referencing that. I know a gentleman, and I use that term very loosely, on the D&D Usenet newsgroup, and he goes by Sean Wilson. I have no idea what Sean Wilson's actual name is. That's the name he uses on his posts, so I'm not revealing the secret here. I use Tetsupo, so that's how people know me. He purports to be an economist. And whenever I discussed Sean and his claim that he is an economist, I always put economist in quotes. Sean isn't an economist. He has never made any money being an economist. He has no degrees. He's never written any articles, done any research. He just likes to pass himself off as one. It's strange. Also strange that he feels that being an economist makes him an expert on everything. It's very bizarre. But people on the internet make all kinds of claims. And if they're nothing but a name on a screen, or a nickname, even less authentic than a name, not a legal name, if I were just a blank screen, if I had no other things other than an icon in my name, if I made a claim, people are going to have the right to question it if I can't back up that claim. So if I tell people I really like tabletop role-playing games, and there's no way to verify that for them, they could not believe me. They're probably not going to question that. It's a strange claim to lie about, to be inauthentic about. But I've got 60 plus linear feet of shelf space behind me, and I've given off tours of my entire collection. So the fact that I claim that, it's pretty easy to verify it. If I tell people I collect tools, knives, and gear, and flashlights and stuff, I do reviews of them all the time. It's easy to verify that. When you discuss opinions, it's a little more questionable, because I could be spoofing you. Everything I told you, everything I've ever told you could be a lie. It isn't, but it could be. And it's hard to verify that I'm a democratic socialist, or that I supported Obama in 2 elections, because you have no way of knowing that other than what I tell you. But a lot of the things I discuss are easy to verify because all you have to do is follow my link to here. Right here. YouTube. Because my YouTube channel is in every email I send. It's in every post I place on Usenet, as is my link to my DeviantArt page. Those two links are on every single post I have make anywhere. Every forum in my signature has posts that has links that send you here. So you can come see my face and listen to my words. So it's easier for me to present myself authentically and harder for me to pass myself off as something that I'm not. It's not impossible. This could all be an act. It's been done. What was that girl, the 15-year-old girl, that passed herself off as a genuine teenager with certain kinds of problems, but she was an actress, and in actuality, I can't remember. I remember there was a big kerfuffle about it. I'd never watched or I didn't hear about it until the kerfuffle hit. I love that word, kerfuffle. But it's harder for me to get away with it because I'm willing to present myself to the world. And why do I bring this up? I bring this up because I'm in the comment section of Usenet, and the comment section of forums, and the comment section of blogs, and the comment section of YouTube every day of my life. Every day of my life, I'm in those comment sections talking to people. I spent hours last night while my wife was sleeping having a discussion with someone about Fallout universe and bottle caps and currency. Okay? And I talked about metal and how my knowledge of metal is pretty extensive and why it is, because my hobby involves metal. And I give him a link to my DeviantArt page. Go see my stuff. Okay? That gives my words on metallurgy credence. But on a greater scale, a deeper meaning, deeper level, when people say things like this: I'm a woman, I'm a black person, I'm gay, I'm transgender, and they're presenting themselves with complete anonymity, and they're speaking in a way that makes you question why a person that they're claiming they are is saying the things they are. When it's a woman being anti-feminist, when it's a black person defending white racism, right, white supremacy, when it's a gay person saying that they're not happy with the decision on June 26th about marriage equality in America, when it's a trans person saying that they can't understand, or they can't understand why people don't want to share bathrooms with them. When people are trolling in that manner, it makes me question them. So now it's gotten to the point where whenever someone tells me that I'm a 56-year-old black guy living in Ohio, I start looking at what they say very carefully. If I can't verify who they are, I start questioning what they're writing. So whenever someone says things like that, I tend not to believe them. And it's even worse, because there are people presenting themselves, for example, there's lots of misogynists out there that have created false identities as women online just to make themselves, these false identities, to look like hardcore, militant feminazis, misandrists, to make feminism look bad. This is what they do as a hobby. It helps reinforce their misogynistic view of the world. And I encounter these types of people all the time. YouTube comments are friggin' ugly, folks. I know you knew that. You live here too. But the Young Turks channel, for example, is horrible. And don't even go to like Thunderfoot or was it The Amazing Atheist? No, don't do that. Save your frickin' sanity. Stay away. It's like for the uninitiated. Do not go to 4chan or 8chan. You are not prepared for that. That level of anonymity makes people do crazy things. I'm a veteran. No, if someone says I'm a veteran, that makes me throw up red flags. And this happens all the time. But you know what I do? When someone I don't know, who's anonymous, presents themselves to me and they ask for help, I give it to them. I listen to the words, and even if I don't agree with everything they say, as long as they're not presenting themselves in a manner that makes me believe that they're bigots, or they're attacking me, or making threats to someone, or attacking someone else, I'll try to help. Because my personal beliefs in empathy, sympathy, and compassion require me to. There are limits. You act like a big enough jerk and you'll go away and you'll never come back on my channel. At least not under that identity. And I've had people stalk me after I banned them on forums because they were so upset. But I'm still going to help people until I have been given enough evidence that they're not worth my time. And I get requests for advice, some simple things. What's the best flashlight to buy? Do you think this role-playing game would be appropriate for this particular group or this particular campaign? To serious things. I hurt myself. I hit people. I'm depressed all the time. And I do what I can, and I point him in a direction of going to see somebody who's a whole lot better at not qualified at solving these problems and helping them than I am. Because I make no claims to be what I'm not. I try to be authentic. I try to present my identity as it really is. There are very few things I hide here on YouTube. Very few. I do defend those few things tenaciously, however. I'm not the kind of person you want to push into a corner. No, I'm not. So, I've been babbling for a while, and I apologize. But this is something that's been running through my head lately. Because I see a lot of, well, I'm a black man, and then listening to their words that are supporting white supremacy on the TYT network or somewhere else all the time. But if people don't believe when I say I'm a pasty white boy, they can go into my channel and see that I'm a pasty white boy. I'm not spoofing this. The technology for computer graphics hasn't quite gotten to that level yet, and it's going to get harder to identify who is what they say that they are in the future, when our avatars are so easy to create that everyone can pass themselves off as anything. And that's okay, because a lot of times people want to do that because they want to experience the world in a different way. When somebody straps on a $2,000 anamorphic animal suit because they want to present themselves into the world as an otter, go for it. You're not lying. You're not hiding who you are. You're presenting yourself as who you wish to be. But when you start saying things that are horrible, I don't care how much I may support your right to present yourself as you wish to be. I'm going to call you on it, and I'm going to disengage. Because I'll support your right to be anything you want to be as long as you're not hurting somebody, including yourself. Because we should all have compassion for ourselves first before we can have compassion for others. Sorry, I'm going on. I guess this particular topic was a little more important than I thought it was. Funny how things like that sometimes sneak up on you, isn't it?